for a moment. Shake it off a little bit. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Loosen up a little bit. Oh, was that you shake it off, Chris?
Yeah,
there we go. Shake it off. Shake it off a little bit. We're on our last segment. Marching, 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 marching to the end of the meeting. Marching, marching. Okay, here we go. Time management. Okay, why is this even a conversation of topic? Put out your schedules. Have those schedules out, peeps. We're only going to do one quick segment of this, and then I'll have to have your resumes next time. At your table, time management. Please put the, oh, snap. Oh my goodness. But it's making me bleed. Where is your time? Put it. Go ahead and put that on the table. I'm supposed to see multiple colors on that, Fred. You should have colored that in, people. You didn't. You lost your time management sheet. Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, good. Okay, do you have it? Do you have it? Okay, do you have it? We do have markers back there that we can hand out. Okay, all right. Who's the lead tutor here? Who's the lead tutor over here? Who's the lead tutor over here? Lead tutors, you were not allowed to say anything yet. Okay, so before you, who's my lead tutor, Doreen? I don't know. You gotta tell me. Oh, okay, I don't know. Before we even get to this sheet, lead tutors, begin a conversation. Everybody put their schedule out on the table and have some conversations. Lead tutors, go. Okay. In the last week, how many of you have said, I'm tired, more than like right before you go to bed? Yeah, go ahead and raise your hands and look around. Okay, how many of you have said, oh, I have to cancel this, or I'm double booked? Okay, close enough. Or I'm already, how many of you have said, I have to leave early? Okay, or I'm going to be late?
Okay.
Raise your hand, raise your hand. How many of you have said, I'm stressed out? How many of you have said, I have to, wow, Evan said it would help if you knew how to spell. I have too much to do. Okay, how many of you have said, I'm late? Other things I didn't add here. How many of you just barely ate something and ran to the next thing? How many of you have no transition time between things?
Define.
You just move, define what?
Transition.
Really? Transition, do you really, I mean, like, do you really want me to define transition?
So I can answer it.
Okay, transition. Space in between events that you get a chance to relax a little bit before you go to the next one.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's
Yes?
like listening to a song. Do you transition thing?
No. Not unless you're in a classroom. It has to be an actual transition. Which is like 20, 25 minutes at least after you've driven somewhere or arrived somewhere. Before, wow, your eyes are rolling to the back of your head. Are you okay? What's happening right now? Do you see what she's doing? Jiminy Christmas. Okay? All right. So let's go back to my question. Why is this even a conversation topic? Yes, Shay.
Because if it happens to us, it's going to happen to our students too.
Yep. And what else? Yes.
It's a good realization of what we're actually doing throughout the whole day.
Yeah. And I need you guys to be alive and also tutoring. I mean, we say this as if it's a joke, but seriously, stress literally will kill you if you don't know how to manage it. Yes? And I don't like that nonsense of I'll sleep when I die. If that's your ethos in life, we don't want you working with our students. You will die when you die, but what kind of death do you want to have? Right? So, coming back to this point, look at your, the reason why I wanted you to color code this right? I wanted you to color code this because I want you to take a look at what takes the majority of your time. So go ahead and say to your neighbor what takes the majority of your time. No, and you could say school, yes. And by the way, if what do you mean by school? Do you mean your classes or do you mean school plus your 15 other activities? Because your activities at school should have their own colors. Okay, your activities, so if you're involved in, I don't know, chess club at school, and then you're part of a student union, something or other, those activities should not be the same color as your actual class activities. Those are two different things. So if you did that, go ahead and print this document out again and do it differently. Yes? Because that's considered cheating. Not all of that is school. Okay? So what's your priority? Go back to that whole thing. What is your priority? Write down the hours. Where are you spending most of your time?
Can class and homework be internally? Because there's
You can do class and homework, but hold on. You can only list homework when you are actually doing homework. And I pointed this out. If you're doing homework and you're on your phone and you're doing and, we now know through neuroscience that multitasking is terrible. So if you usually do your homework with your phone right next to you and you're texting, you cannot count all of that time as homework time. That's homework and socializing. So go back and recalibrate homework.
That's what I do.
Yes, and studying and homework are two different things. Ladies and gentlemen, studying and homework are two different things. That might be our next segment. Right? Studying is reviewing the information, homework is putting that information in practice. Two very different things. So, if you are not actually studying, that is a problem. If the amount of work that you do for your class is simply homework, that's an issue. You should be studying and doing homework. So now go ahead and so what's the first thing that takes most hours? And please don't put sleep.
Work.
Oh, write down the hours. You don't have to answer me. What's the second thing? What's the third thing and what's the fourth thing? Write down the hours, please. Can you please write down how much time you're sleeping? And again, going to bed at a certain time and being on your phone doesn't count. So you know how you go to bed but you're still answering text messages for like 5 hours? Yeah, that doesn't count. I used to have a friend, a really good friend of mine, she'd sleep with her phone right next to her head. And literally the phone would buzz and she was asleep and she'd answer it. And she said, I don't understand why I never get any rest. It's because you don't sleep. So now, considering that, but how much time do you actually sleep? Because if you're still texting while you're lying in bed, you're not sleeping, you're socializing.
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Have you written that down? Go around the room and say how many hours of sleep you're getting per night on average. Come back
was
to
like
me,
the
please.
lightest work I've had this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, I like the way all of you are trying to negotiate with me. I mean, I think it's sort of like 7-ish, 8, 7, maybe 8. Okay, the average in here were mostly 5s and 6s. 5s and 6s. Okay, this is an issue. You negotiated with me. I'm not the sleep Nazi right now, people. I'm letting you know though that you know that this is an issue. You know that it's an issue for your health, right? Like no, like there's no This is not negotiable. This is an issue for your health. And you are cognitively impairing yourself. I will set that phone on fire. Yeah, but yeah, really, do you? Imagine that. Okay, so you, ladies and gentlemen, you are actually cognitively impairing yourself. You are slowing down your ability to function at your peak levels. Ultimately, it's going to show up in how you show up with students, because you'll be tired, you'll be moody, you will get sick, and your body will break down. How do I know this? Because I used to be like you, and my body did break down pretty seriously, especially after years of doing this. So the way that you are taking care of yourself is going to directly impact the way you can take care of others. And I mean in all of the other work that you're doing as well. Right? Jerry's over here falling asleep because he only gets an average of maybe 6 hours of sleep a night. Malik was over there about to fall asleep standing up. When you walked in, how did you look? Oh, exactly. Right? Okay, so we're beginning this conversation. We're going to continue it. I need you to keep doing this every week until you see me again. These are on OneNote, print them out. Every week do this and color code it. Do it for real, for real. Don't negotiate with me. There's no need for that. Continue to do this. You cannot be a resource to other people if you don't know how to manage your time. There will always be problems in the world. There'll always be issues. That's why we have human beings who are working on this. But I need you guys to be healthy, and you're falling apart. You're dropping like flies, people. You're dropping like flies. I'm looking at you, Evelyn. Okay? So we're going to, I know, that was an evil laugh.
Evil because I was like, it's so true.
Yes. Okay, listen up. As you are packing up, I need you to bring another version of this next week. Make sure you color code it and make sure you complete it. Before you go, Mr. Harris sent his apologies. He likes to be here to at least talk to you every meeting. He was at the meeting I was at before I got here. And he said, you know, what he always says. Tell them I'm proud of them. What they do matters. Why do you laugh? That's what he always says. And then he gives you, and then he's like, peace and hair grease. Okay, he didn't say that. I would say that. Okay, please clean up. I will see you next time. Look on OneNote for your homework and such. Goodbye.